So now, but in this particular video, what we're going to be looking at is the device Redmi 14C. So for all of the people out there who do not want to spend as much as $500,000, 1 million naira, 2 million naira on getting a mobile device, can a recent device like the Redmi 14C made by Xiaomi, can it compete with the likes of a 12 Pro? A 12 Pro, by the way, is a 2020 iPhone, and we have an 11 Pro here. This is a 2019 iPhone. So what I'm going to be taking you through is a brief on the specs. So for the specs, we are going to be using GSM Arena to check the properties of each of the devices. So now the technology, of course, we are dealing with the GSM, and the Redmi 14C was launched August 30th, 2024. So this is what we call a latest mid-range phone. However, we will not necessarily say it is fair comparing an high-end phone of 2019 and 2020 with a mid-range Redmi phone. However, what we're looking at is, can this device, is it good enough to actually help you with your TikTok videos, your IG videos, and the likes? Alright, so one of the things I want you to see is all of the things that is inside. So inside of you have the phone itself first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power it on. Though from the store I got it from a few hours ago, I already removed the line on there so that I'll see if it's actually the phone that is inside. Forgive me, but then we have trust issues in Nigeria. Okay, so that's why I'm not doing audio that is all of your popular content creators do. You've got the pouch. Okay, this should be here. Like I do for all of my devices, I slap a pouch on it. Okay, even my olden days Android, I have a pouch on it. My 11 Pro, there's a pouch on it. Alright, so what we have here is a very fresh phone. The refresh rate is amazing, but I'm going to walk you right through the build very soon. We've got this dude. We've got a Type-C cable. So, how do they do it? It's done. We have this. I don't know what that is for, but I've done it. Okay, so from the build, I'm just going to go through my iPad to walk you through the build. So for the Android, that's the Redmi 14C made by Xiaomi. It has a dual SIM. This weighs 204 to 212 grams. So in case if you are looking at the weight of a phone, if you don't like very heavy phone, maybe this is not for you. This weighs 188 grams and the 12 weighs 189 grams. So this is glass front, plastic frame, glass back, and things that you need to know. So this is not water resistant. So when you are doing your sipping of alcohol, you want to ensure that you don't put any drink on it. And if they say your device is water resistant, if you bath it in alcohol, something will be wrong with your device. So for those of you that like Mandara on social media, water resistance is not alcohol resistance, it is not methanol resistance. Water resistance is water resistance. So the 11 Pro is dust and water resistant, so you won't be getting dust in your devices when it is loosed. The same thing with the 12 Pro, and this is 6.8 inches. In fact, for us to get to 6.7 inches, what we've been having in the Pro Max series for iPhones have always been 6.7, 6.7 until the 16 Pro Max that actually is 6.9. So this is 6.88, is almost as big as your 16 Pro Max. That's your latest iPhone that is in the market. So you have MediaTek Helio here, you have Apple A13 Bionic chip, you have Apple A14 Bionic chip here. Then this has an SD card slot. This does not have an SD card slot, neither does this have. But this comes with an inbuilt of 128 gigabyte of storage. For me, it's fantastic. And not to talk of the price that this device was gotten for, which is 150,600 naira. When you did the conversion, I don't even think that is not even up to $200 when you did the conversion. So this is really a mid-range phone. But then, what is actually the essence why you are getting a phone? If you're getting the phone because of gaming, then you don't want to get the Android because of the refresh rate. If you're getting your phone because you want to be doing content, you want to be shooting content for whatever it is that you're doing, the iPhone is the better option here. This has a 50 megapixel, but then specs on paper is not the same thing as the real thing. Just from what I have here, I've done a lot of productions on mobile, 11 Pro, 12 Pro, 14 Pro, 15 Pro as well. And one thing that I've always seen when you're comparing the footages is, even though on paper it is stated here that this is actually 12 megapixel, it takes better pictures, better videos than this Android. Okay, not to talk of the fact that this is an high-end phone, so honestly you should not even be comparing them. But the only reason why we're doing this comparison because this is a 2024 phone and this is a 2019 phone, this is a 2020 device. So one of the things I really love about this device is the fact that in 2024 you could still get a phone that has an headphone jack. This is really going extinct, and it's one of the features that you may want to look out for when you're getting your devices. So this part of the video, what I'll be working on is the camera. So we'll be checking out the camera. That's 2x. Okay, now do 2x. Alright, so one of the things I did notice about the phone is it does some AI processing on the picture. That's one of the things I've noticed. And I think this picture is overexposed. Is there a filter on it? Oh, I left a filter on it. The beautify, I left it on the maximum, so I'm going to take it back to normal so we see how it is without the beautification set on. 2x. This 2x. Where is 1x? There's 1x. It's almost the same thing. It's not bad. I think I'm a fan of the portraits. The portraits really looks good. You also have to look for that angle. Okay, so background woman, though your face is not showing. Alright, just adding it there for some states. If you tap the F button, you can take it up to F16 so your background shows. Alright, so we have little sister there. What else? We have night. We can take picture with the 50 megapixel camera straight up. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, not bad. The 50 megapixel now is not bad. With the correct lighting and positioning. Okay, we can shoot on 1080p 30 frames. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the card. That's just what I'm going to do, just to judge it is not bad. Up nepa, the red light. So that's for the 1x camera. The stabilization, you just need to put it on a tripod, but it's really not bad. All right, 1x camera, 1x camera. Okay, now let's do 2x. Okay, it's not bad. Then the last thing I want to do is the time-lapse. All right, so for the time-lapse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording my screen here. Let's talk of the battery capacity. The battery capacity on this monster is amazing. This is 5,160 milliampere. That is amazing. Compared to these guys, this is like 3,000. So you could trust this to last you a full day without even charging it, unlike these other devices. Okay, and the size of the phone, if you're looking at having a big phone, this is a big phone. I mean, it doesn't get, even 16 Pro Max will be past this one. So it doesn't really get bigger than this. This is amazing. The refresh rate was one of the things that blew my mind. For those of you that really do a lot of heavy activities and you shuffle between a lot of applications, maybe you're on Snapchat, different applications, gaming at the same time, you could really go through one application after the other. One of the interesting facts about these devices, aside the fact that it's a 4GB RAM mobile device and 128 storage, you can still take 4GB out of the 128 gig that you have to add it to the RAM that is there already. So that's 4 plus 4. So you have 4 physical and 4 virtual, which also increases the performance of the phone very well. So this is actually a very good device. Like I said, it doesn't get bigger than this or better than this for a mid-range device, around 150,000. Then when it comes to the kind of footages they take, the Android, that's the Redmi 14C, it only takes 1080p videos, that's Full HD videos at 30 frames per second, while for the iPhone you've got the option of 4K at 20 frames, 30 frames, 60 frames. You also have slow-mo options, 1080p, 30, 60, 120 frames in case you want to do slow-mo. You also have time-lapse here. Like, the camera features are just amazing. So if you're looking at maybe should you get a 2024 Android for your mobile content creation, except you're probably getting an high-end Samsung, which is almost going to be more expensive than your iPhone. I think I'll just recommend getting, whether it's a London used, because you actually will not get any new of this, because they don't sell new of this anymore. The new you could still get is probably going to be a 15 or a 16. So in case if you are wondering what should you get for your content creation in 2024, I'd recommend the least an 11 Pro. Now, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to say, because you're saving to get the high-end phone of whatever spec, you don't want to start what you do. What you want to do is you want to get any device you can afford, purchase it and start doing your content. Last, you knock a Snapchat, or you put a Snapchat filter on it and you're doing very well. There are a lot of celebrities online that are not even using iPhones. So you don't want to let that stop you. But I'll tell you one of the things I really love about these devices in particular. So for somebody that wants to have a gaming phone, this will do gaming for you just fine. 120 Hz, your game is not going to be lagging, it's not going to be hanging. You are going to be enjoying it, and it is Type-C. Basically, it has fast charging, so you don't have to worry about the time it takes for your phone to shoot up when you knock it down to maybe 20%. Okay, and the camera is fairly good. However, if you have the option of getting an iOS, I recommend getting an iOS. But then if you don't, this is actually very, very good if you want to start at that mid-range level. In fact, getting something like this for 150,000 naira is almost unbelievable. It's almost unbelievable. So I'll see you in my future videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll be making more of filmmaking content and visual design. So any video you'll be seeing on my channel is going to be based on filmmaking and visual design. I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.